Hi guys, and welcome to Potatoes Picks, the show where we play some of the games Steam is offering a discount on. This week we're having a look at Magicka. This is what we're kicking this new series off with. I hope you guys like this series. I've done a lot of thinking about it. I'm really excited about trying it, but a lot of what I'm going to be sort of doing is up in the air at the moment, so any feedback you have at all, please just let me know. So basically the idea is I just want to play. They're going to be sort of like mini Let's Plays. We're not going to be fully completing the games we do, but we're going to have a pretty good look at every game that we play. There's probably going to be like 5 or so episodes. We'll probably get about 2 hours of footage out of every game I do. And I'm hoping to do games that are like really good deals on that are going on at Steam like each weekend. So usually it's not always going to be weekend deals, but I think quite often it probably will. And we're going to start with Magicka because not every single game I will have played it before, but Magicka I've played this whole game before. I really like this game. And this weekend it's completely free to play. So like for this weekend, if you like what you see here on this video, you can go to Steam and play this game for free until Monday. And if you decide that you like it, it's also on sale. It's 75% off. So like for me, it would only cost £2 to buy, which is really good. And I think that's with all the DLC, which is pretty amazing. So yeah, I thought we'd kick off. I actually kind of wanted to start this series a week earlier, but last weekend it was only like driving games that were on sale. And like I said, I'm not going to just do weekend deal games, but I kind of wanted to open up with one like that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this, and we can have a little bit of a look at this. So I got a little bit used to the controls again with this, but we're going to start a new campaign and see what the game's like. So basically this game is like an action adventure game where you get loads of different elements you can cast and you can mix and match, and it just really rewards you for experimenting with the different spells that you can use, and it's just very, very, very fun. As you can see, it's co-op. You can play with 4 people if you want. It's just going to be me having a look here. You can customize your character to look however you want. You're kind of like a nameless hero on this, so it doesn't really matter sort of how you look, but it's pretty cool to be able to customize yourself. You see, I've got all these different things here. These are actually one of the DLCs you'll get, so like you can get all these different kind of crazy robes, like the space robes. These do have an effect on gameplay, albeit it is a minor effect on the gameplay, but it does affect sort of what weapons and equipment you respawn with, so do consider that. They're very fun to play with. I've never actually played with the space robe guy. That looks amazing. Okay, but let's go with, I don't know, what should we start with? Let's just use this, shall we? The cyber robe, okay? And you can pick your colours as well. Let's go white, shall we? And it really changes the trimmings. But yeah, okay, so we're going to start on Chapter 1, The Fancy Menace, and see how this goes.
Stay a while and listen, and I will tell you a story. A story of dungeons and dragons, of orcs and goblins, of ghouls and ghosts, of kings and quests, but most importantly, of wizards and vampires. Well, a story of wizards. Once upon a time, in a land known as Midgard, there lived a powerful wizard named Grimnir, who sought to harness the power of all magics, ancient spells crafted in times long forgotten. With such knowledge, he might enable the wizards of the Order of Magic to spread eternal peace across the lands. But the Order of Magic instead felt threatened by his ambitions, and in the shadows they schemed and devised a treacherous plan. And so, Grimnir's disciples were expelled from the Order, and he himself was, for all time, imprisoned at World's End. All because of his dangerous lust for knowledge. Grimnir's dangerous ambitions dashed, the world was safe once more. Aside from the increased number of monsters attacking the good villagers. And of course the warlord Khan, who had united the orc tribes and now threatened the great city of Havendir. But in the dusty gloom of Castle Aldraheim, where the Order of Magic dwelled, a brilliant teacher and his finest pupils were about to embark on a journey that would prevent the world from changing forever. Melde, jeva vlad, o jeva nul vampir.
Okay, so here we go. We're in the game. Now, all of the dialogue in this game, these people basically speak Simish. They just blah, blah, blah on, and you can barely see. Oh, wow, and it auto-scrolls the text. That's brilliant. So you're going to have to read what it says on the screen. I'll probably read a fair bit of it out. So there's a quick brief of the story so far. Grimir is gone. Monsters are roaming the lands. The king is in need of our aid. He is Vlad, and definitely not a vampire. And something else he says. So the storyline on this game, it's actually pretty good. I didn't expect it to be that amazing when I first started playing it, but it's actually pretty cool. It's got a lot of stuff to do with time travel and all kinds of sort of classic fantasy stuff going on, and it is very tongue-in-cheek as well. This whole game is it's got a very, very good sense of humor, so it's right up my alley. So it hopefully will be your guys as well. It's just very, very cool. So the first thing about Magicka, the main thing that sort of sets it apart from most games, is the controls. The gameplay is unlike any other game I've played before. The controls are really weird, and as we go through the tutorial, you'll see what I mean. But right now, so basically to move around, instead of like using the arrow keys or W, A, S, and D, we actually left click where the cursor is to move. And the controls definitely feel very awkward when you first play, but you'll learn that they're set up in this way very specifically to sort of have you learn how to play the game in a really, really interesting way. So we can speak to Vlad here. He says, I mean, now go to Harvinder, the king is in need of your aid. Okay, so you can actually speak to a lot of people sort of walking around, but, you know, it's always just sort of a little bit of story fluff. It's nice to have the option to be able to speak to them. So here you've actually got a portrait of Vlad and this student here who says, Vlad is such a great man. At first I thought he was a vampire, but then he assured me that he wasn't. Boy, was I mistaken. Okay, right, I'm sure Vlad's not a vampire. So we'll come over here, and Thek says, hi there, the guys downstairs have thrown a saving the world party for you. You should really hurry down there before they eat all the cheese. Cheese? Shouldn't there be cake? Not cheese? I mean, I've never been to a cheese party myself. Have you guys? Have you ever been to a cheese party? Up here? Well, there's really nothing to see here other than some grumpy old wizards who hate parties. And me. Now, you're just one of the other grumpy wizards, aren't you? So you can actually explore a bit. In the interest of actually moving forward with the story, though, I'm going to come down the stairs and go to this wonderful cheese party. Lots of balloons. This room always lags my screen out, and I don't know why. It's the only thing in the entire game that does. Anyway, Sham says, we've already started the party, and I'm afraid we're almost out of cheese. Don't be upset. Bayleg went to the Eastern Tower to go get some more. Alright, remember that guy's name, because we'll see him again later. Whoa, look at me, I'm Grimnir, and I invent magics, says Prop. No, 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 what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, so yeah, we're rudely interrupted. We don't get to spend any time at the party. Are you alright down there? But you just tried to find the way out of the dungeon while we board this up. Great, so you're going to leave me down here. Remember, the safe word is banana. And they leave us. Brilliant. Okay, so this is the tutorial. Magicka is a game where you can experiment and combine up to 5 elements to create spells. Experimentation is important as there are thousands of combinations at your disposal. But to conjure any element at all, you first need a staff. Go get one from the weapons rack. Okay, brilliant. By the way, what that guy says there, the safe word is banana. It's not as random as you might think. If we actually hit escape here, you'll see that banana, you can click that. That's basically just skip tutorial if you want to do it, if you've played before. But we're going to go through it. So let's go over to the weapon rack. Left click is also interact with things like this, you see, as it says there in the bottom left. And now we've got our staff, we actually get our first element. So the tutorial will slowly unlock our elements. You can see them here in the bottom left-hand corner. The first one is life, so this is like a beam type. We'll ignore these for now because the intricacy, all these little details, I don't really think the game needs to tell you at this time because when you play this game, you're going to get overwhelmed with information very quickly because there's kind of a lot to learn. But the whole point of the game is learning yourself, and that's kind of how your skill increases. There's no like artificial experience bar or anything that makes you better at the game. It's just simply learning the spells. So it says, it seems that you've taken some damage from your fall. Now that you have a staff, you can heal yourself. Conjure a life element by pressing W. So we hit W. And then we can cast it on ourselves using the middle mouse button, which, yes, sounds very weird and very awkward, and at first it probably will feel awkward. Nice, now that you have a life element in your spell bar, cast it on yourself using the middle mouse button. There we go. So we can keep doing that, or we should be able to do that. Why can't I heal myself? Is this because of my robe? This isn't great. Okay. Well, maybe we can just skip forward anyway. So we can attack here. Oh, God, because I'm using a very weird robe. Basically, the robes in this game give you different starting equipment, as I said. So this robe is... Usually you start with a sword, but because I've picked this, we've got, like, these weird disc things. Oh, my God. Okay. Hopefully that doesn't screw anything up. Let's keep going. come through here and we get our second element unlocked, Earth, and this is like a projectile type thing. So we can hit D now, you see, and basically how this works is you can queue different spells up here in like your hotbar. So right now I've got 5 Earths queued up, and if I were to cast this, I'd send out a huge Earth fireball like that, you see. But Earth fireball? No, just an Earth rock. This is essentially what we need to do. If we only conjure one, it will be a much smaller rock, see? But the advantage here is that you can obviously cast this quicker. If I want to cast a big one, I have to hammer the button loads before I can use it. But basically what we got to do here, as it says here, we conjure 3, then hold the right mouse button to charge it up. You'll see it charge up there, and you get like the whoosh noise. There you go. When it's fully charged, we can release it against the wooden boards to break them open and reveal this brazier thing. This unlocks our next element, which is fire. Okay, so we can run over, hit F, same kind of thing, but this one's like a spray, you see. So instead of rocks, it's a spray. Okay, pretty simple, and that opens the bridge, so we can continue on. Now we need to light this one over here. So on the other side of the chasm there's another torch, but it's too far away to reach with a spray spell. Combine earth and fire to create a fireball. This can then be cast in the same manner as the earth projectile. So try to hit the torch with a fireball. Okay, so we use both. This is where the combinations go. Oh, I almost walked off the edge there. This is where the combinations come in. So now we've got both and we charge it up. You'll see we actually get a flame ball, which is pretty awesome. So you can see already, actually, when I first played this, I got quite excited as soon as that happened. I was like, oh, look at the possibilities. So how do we get through this door? Well, we now got lightning. So simple enough, we'll use lightning on the generator. The mechanism to this door requires electricity to be activated. Conjure a lightning element and cast it. There we go. We've sparked it up and let it through. Okay, what's next? This water has made our robes all wet, and as everyone knows, dabbling with electricity while we're wet is a really bad idea. We should first dry ourselves by conjuring fire and casting it on ourselves. Okay, so this is where things get a little bit complicated. You can probably see on YouTube I've got like water dripping off of me. This means that if I try and use electricity now, watch as I try and cue it, it immediately does damage to me. Well, usually that would do damage, but because of my crazy robes, it's healing me. Oh my god, what is up with these robes? Oh dear. Okay, well usually that would damage you. But as you can see, I can't actually cue it. I need to dry myself if I want to use lightning, as you can see. So what we're going to do is we're going to conjure fire, cast it on ourselves in the same way we healed ourselves before. It will damage us a bit, but it will dry us. To heal up from that damage, we could then use that to heal ourselves. But I'm going to use lightning to heal myself there. For some reason, lightning now heals me instead. These are pretty awesome robes. So now that we've got this, we can start queuing up lightning. But both of these generators need to be activated at the same time. Well, how do we do that? Well, every single element can also be cast in AoE, okay, which you do by holding shift and then right-clicking. So there you go. So already, right, we've only got 4 elements, but all of these can be cast as AoE. They can all be combined with it. You can already see how many combinations there are. It's really not joking when it says there's a lot. Okay, so now we've got Arcane. The bottom left corner should explain why we've got this. The generator for the next door is too far away to be reached with just lightning. Okay, so let's try that. Yeah, too far away. And you can't combine lightning and earth like we did with the fire and earth before, because lightning and earth are opposite. So some of these elements you can't use together. So for instance, if I try and cue lightning and now I try and cue earth, you see they just cancel each other out. It's like trying to use, later we'll unlock water. You can't use water and fire together either. So you see they cancel each other out. So instead we've now got arcane, which is kind of like a mix all element, which you can use with most things. So we can in fact cue those up and get like a lightning beam, which now will turn it on and let us through, which is pretty awesome. I love like this kind of style here. It reminds me of so many old games I used to play as a kid, sort of the interiors like this. Okay, so the next element is cold. Okay, so this one's another spray, and this one will freeze water. So sadly all the wine is flooded out. The cellar's flooded, and as everyone knows, wizards can't swim. Don't worry, does everybody really know that? Well, in this game, wizards can't swim, just so you guys know. Cold is not only good for slowing down your enemies, but can also be used to freeze bodies of liquid. Okay, so we'll cast this, and as you can see, it actually freezes. So these things all interact with the environments in fun ways as well. Like later you get like lava and stuff, and you can turn the lava into walkable like bridges by casting ice on it and water on it. It's really, really cool. There we go, we can get across there. That's quite hard to do when you start. I drowned myself so many times trying that when I first played this game. Alright, so now we unlocked water. Water, as you might guess, can put out fires. So we'll cast this on all the fires. The furnaces that keep the castle warm are on, and the path appears to be blocked. It seems the only way around is to go through the furnace, and as wizards are highly flammable, it would be wise to use water to put the fire out. So basically we're going to just sort of plunge the castle into cold darkness now, right? Brilliant. Okay, so here we go. A long time ago, an old wizard thought it'd be a good idea to have this masher installed. It hasn't proven to be that useful though, but look, there's an old tome of magic in the bookshelf. Maybe it can help you get past the masher. Yes, I love how it just blatantly says, hey, this is a ridiculous trap. There's no reason for it to be here, but we're going to make a joke of it anyway. So you can't get through without dying, you're not quick enough. However, we do have this spell book here. Things are about to get a little bit more complicated. So here we've learned a spell, a specific spell called Haste. Okay, so we should be able to use Haste to pass through the masher. Navigate through our list of magics with the scroll wheel. So here you can see at the bottom, now we've got 3 elements kind of greyed out. This is because Haste has been queued. It's a specific spell and it's been queued for me. When Haste is selected, the elements you will need will be shown in the background of your spell bar. And when you've conjured the elements indicated, you can cast the magic by pressing the spacebar. So typically to cast, right, for instance, we've been using F, okay? No, we've been queuing the things in our hotbar and then we've been right-clicking, yeah? That's how we've been usually casting. However, if you use a specific order of elements, like that, like lightning, arcade, and then fire, it will prompt you to press space, which is, we could still cast by right-clicking, you see, which gives us like a fiery, lightning-y beam. But it will also prompt us to press space, and if we do this, we can cast special spells. And there are loads of these special spells in the game as well. So if we do this, we've cast haste, and we can now move super quick, you see. So the game is all about experimenting with the elements you've got here to create cool effects, cool beams, all kinds of cool stuff like that, but also finding spellbooks around the world where you can get more and more powerful special spells like this, you see. So here's some actual enemies. Imps are cowards, but they will attack if cornered. When your spell bar is empty, you can either use the area or force button to perform a push. The door at the end of this tunnel has been closed and will only open when all the intruding imps have been taken care of. What I usually like to do to just kill these guys is just spray fire on them. I love watching them, how they react, because like, when they're actually on fire, they just run around slowly burning to death. It's brilliant. They're very easy to kill. This thing that the thing's describing here is if we right-click without anything queued, we can do this, see, and just knock them around. And then if we start charging up longer, they'll get knocked even further back. Don't forget about this. If you're going to play this game, don't forget about this, because this is actually so cool. It's so useful later on when you start fighting other wizards that are just really dangerous. You can just like knock them over edges and stuff. So yeah, very easy to kill these guys. Pretty simple, but you need it to be simple at the start, because your head will be swimming at this point, I'm telling you. The next door can only be opened by pulling the lever on the other side of the room. Okay, so we're going to pull this and open this. Oh dear. And what is this? Behold the Watcher. Right, okay, so this is like our first like boss, if you will. Got a huge health bar up here. Just because that health bar is so big, it doesn't mean he's actually that hard to take out. And here's our last element, which is the shield element, okay? So we can cast this. You can't queue this like the regular things. You can see I can keep pressing it, but it will just go into one. You see? Oh shit. So what we want to do, no, is cast this. How do we cast this? That will do. So we can cast that. I can just cast that AoE. And we can boost it by hammering spacebar, which will give us more time. Now this guy won't be able to hurt us, so we can use this time to figure out a nice spell that we want to use. So let's just use a big fireball, right? So earth, fire, earth, fire, earth, fire. See, it's been a while since I've played this game, so and now if I let go of this, this is going to blow up inside the thing, isn't it? And possibly kill me. Shit. Well, I'm on fire, so I need to... It's so weird that I have to heal myself with lightning now. That's very odd. Alright, well anyway, we'll let this break and then now we'll just blow him up with fireballs. So there you go. Oh. Oh no, what did I do? Oh, I tried to heal myself, but I had a fireball conjured, so I cast the fireball on my own head. So this is a massive thing with Magicka. It's very easy to kill yourself. If you complete this game the first time without accidentally having your own magic backfire on you, you deserve a medal, because my god, is it hard. I did it again! I did it again! Oh no, shall we just try and use our staff and see what like these little ring things do? So you've got to be careful. If you're going to try and like heal yourself or something, make sure you don't have like a fireball already in your queue. So we'll cast this, hold on. Let's just cast this, maximum power. Come on. Right, and now we'll get away. There you go, see, the fire will actually burn this guy to death if we can survive for long enough here. Let's use our actual weapon. Look at that, it does a lot of damage, doesn't it? They like drop off like grenades. So there you go, he's dead. He's not actually a very hard boss, as you can see. You're more of a threat to yourself than anything else is in this game, I swear to God. Right, anyway, we'll heal ourselves with a bit of lightning. It's actually quite nice because the lightning heals you for a lot more than regular. But I guess, obviously this is a co-op game, so it would mean that my friends can't heal me as easily. Anyway, Sham says, wow, you made it. We sent Behold down to look for you. You know, our pet watcher. Oh dear, yeah, so we just killed a good guy, essentially. I guess you must have missed him. Anyway, considering Prop's miscast, it's probably best if you had this magic. Oh yeah, Prop was the bastard that sent us down here. Sweet, so we learned Revive. which we can use to bring our friends back, because this game's brilliant co-op. I may as well just say this now, it's brilliant co-op. So if you do get it, be sure to play it co-op. We've got another couple of spells there, which I'll show you in a bit. So maybe it's just best you leave the casting to, I don't know, I didn't read that in time. So there you go, that's basically the tutorial done. We can speak to these guys. Oh, here we go. Maybe it's best you leave before we have any more accent. Yes, yeah, I think that's a good idea. They just trapped me over and put the rug back over. What arseholes. So you can speak to everyone here. These guys don't like water, but I think it's great. You know, if you mix water and cold, you get ice. I've also heard there's a way to create steam, but I never figured out how to do it. So yeah, there are all kinds of combinations. Steam, as you might guess, is water and fire. You see how they combine to make a different effect there, which is steam. So you can like set all that out. It's very, very cool. You can speak to all the guys around here for some like advice on different things. This guy is how I usually look, by the way, like a regular white wizard. When Grimnir was banished from the order, his most... Oh my god, the text scrolls by too fast. Stop it. When Grimnir was banished from the order, his most trusted followers left as well. If you meet any of them out there, tell them I said hello. Okay, cool. So let's go on out. I think that takes us from the castle. Yes, it does. Sweet. So here we go. Right, that's the tutorial complete. That's where I'm going to end this first video. Join me tomorrow and we can actually get into like, the main game, I suppose you could say. We'll go out, we'll explore the outside, we'll try some of these new spells. There are some very cool ones. So like we've got Revive, we've got Haste, we've got Meteor Shower. Let's end the video with Meteor Shower, shall we actually? So we want to, you can see how complicated this is. It's fire, rock, steam, rock, fire, and then you can press space. And this is a very powerful spell, and as we'll see here. So yeah, it takes a while to cast. And then meteors come flying down everywhere. Yes, brilliant. And they'll probably kill you, actually. I'm shocked I'm still alive. First time I cast this, I died instantly. It pretty much kills everything in the area. It's fantastic. If you can survive, wow, amazing, I actually did. Then good for you. It's a brilliant spell. I love how they give you such a powerful spell at the start of the game. But yeah, this is Magicka, guys. As I said, it's free to play this weekend. If you like what you saw here, or if you like what you see over these next few videos I'll be putting out, it's free, and it will only cost you £2, or what is that? That's like $3.50 to actually buy the game. So it's very cool. I hope you like this video, guys. Do tell me what you think about the series. I'll probably talk more about that in the next few videos. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, everybody. Take care.